Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Polysaturated. I am Jesus, and I am here with...
Zan.
Crow.
And...
Jay.
We are on episode 30.
Yep, and I think we're going to try, with all the bullshit going on these days, I think we're going to try to just have a little fun with this episode. We're going to talk about just some fucked up shit with poly. We're just
going to talk about a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We all need some time to vent sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Because, goddamn.
There's enough stuff going on in the world. And we feel like you will understand more than most people.
Right.
That, sometimes you just have to vent. You have to get it out there.
So let me start off by saying that it's fine and dandy to give your coworkers and employees PPE, which is personal protection equipment. However, if you don't fucking show them how to use it, they won't know.
Even if you show them, you can lead a horse to water.
Because inadvertently, I may have been exposed.
We've all been exposed.
Now,
it's like The Walking
folks,
Dead. We all just have it, I think.
Right.
Now.
I think the major problem is the fact that exposing yourself in public should just be wrong in general. I mean...
Well, my name is Jesus, and I don't believe that that's accurate.
So, I guess we need to talk
Let's
about...
give an introduction.
we need to do an introduction.
To our very special guest.
She is special with quotes.
She has decided to forego all of her adult responsibilities and come and sit in the closet with us while we do this podcast.
Although she has come out of the closet a couple years ago.
1 year.
Congratulations.
1 year. Thank you.
1 year.
1 year.
Aw, so sweet.
She has decided to join us in the closet for this episode.
It's really
she's
hot in
going
here.
with the
It
name
is
Jesus.
hot. And it's going with the name Jesus.
Not by any fault of my own.
It's totally your
Look,
fault.
I tried
my
to give
fault.
you Funshine Bear. I'm just saying.
I am digging nails into my hand to keep from laughing when I
So we are in the closet with Jesus.
fail.
It's great to be here.
So, I don't think Jesus is coming right now, so we're going to...
What I do in the bedroom is none of your business.
What about what you do in the closet?
Also might be your business.
So yeah.
What you do in our closet is our business.
Not if you're not here.
Jay?
She was here for quite a while when we weren't just
Right.
gonna
I showed up
Look,
home.
you guys are all essential employees, so I have to find stuff to do with my time. I'm just saying.
I was all by myself.
No
I was
one
in-
looking.
I was thinking of you.
I was all by myself.
Going to talk about
And in a mansion.
as soon as Crow's done
I was all by myself.
being by himself.
Okay. So,
It's a song.
Yeah.
Green Day.
I'm Jesus. I know everything.
Oh my God.
So what we're going to focus on in this episode is just poly experiences, the good, the bad, and the downright awful. Because you know what? One thing that you think that open-minded people would be is not awful. However,
Ha.
yeah, not so much.
Heh.
So Jay attempted to date a Wonder Woman at one point. I remember that one from Texas.
Oh my God, I forgot about her. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, I got to bring up something because I have not dated all that much. Well, until now. With Scarlett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlett, I love you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so
You-
Wonder
you
Woman.
were
So
going with
would
there.
you like to
Expound upon Wonder
expound
Woman.
upon Wonder Woman?
Just let it all out all over Wonder Woman.
Because she was like 6 feet tall, wasn't she? And you're like all of 5'1.5". But she was a tree to climb.
Thank you for including that. I was wondering, how is this even going to work? I don't.
Because it was mostly leg.
Oh God! She was something. Anyway,
Yeah,
back to
What?
Wonder Woman.
I don't want to talk about Wonder
No,
Woman.
no, we're
Climb-
talking about Wonder Woman.
I mean, I have to hear about Wonder
And
Woman.
climbing the sexual tree
Did
that
she
was
wear
Wonder Woman.
underwear?
I don't think she did. Not in the outfit, because she did have the outfit,
She totally had the outfit.
and it was cosplaying. Yeah, she was nice.
She was very nice to look at. Yeah.
But she a little cray.
Yeah, bitches be trippin'. I think that's what we're gonna coin this episode.
Hey, we're not talking about women. Jesus is taking a hit from the bong.
Oh, sorry. Listen, man, we all got to get a little Jesus sometimes. I'm not Sorry,
Y'all
I
need
take it back.
Jesus.
Y'all need Jesus.
You need some of what Jesus has.
Hey, Jesus was a good guy.
Jesus was a long-haired hippie.
He was.
Yeah, exactly.
He was. He totally smoked the weed, man.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He did.
So Wonder Woman was pretty nice. However, she was a little cray. And she had a cop for a husband, and part of the reason why she was poly, if I remember correctly, it was that she was lonely because he was a cop in Houston or somewhere around there, and was working all the time.
Not only that, but she was bi,
Mm-hmm.
and being the spouse of a police officer apparently is really not that easy of a thing to have to do. So she had to do a lot of her things incognito. She had to use a lot of just different names for herself. I don't even know if the actual name that she gave me is correct. We were supposed to meet up and have a date, and she ended up flaking out on it and
Several times,
but then she would send me like these alluding pictures and messages, and we would talk, and then when it came down to actually meeting, she would bail out every time.
Every time.
So that really sucked.
Last minute at that.
Yeah. Oh, last minute. Like within 30 minutes of our actual date time, she all of a sudden got a flat tire and was stranded somewhere.
And
this was not just once. This was multiple times.
How many flat tires you can get?
How many catastrophes can you have back to back? And then she just ghosted me after that. I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. And I'm like,
do what?
She hasn't started.
Exactly. You haven't
never
really done anything. So there are so many of those kind of encounters when you are trying to find somebody, and it's really disheartening.
Part of it is, I think, it blows their mind, just because they can feel it. They're getting the feels and all of that, but the whole societal monogagogle setting is just hardwired into the head. It's just pushed into your head with the grace of a steel hammer, and there it is. And
would you say Thor's hammer?
No.
Oh, well,
Mjolnir is awesome. This hammer that they're using is not awesome. No, this is a societal norm. The thing is, it's so hard for people to get past. I had an experience quite a few years before moving to where we're at now. Where was I?
Okay, New Hampshire.
So, yeah. So there was somebody I met from work that was interested in me and X, and she let it be known. Yeah, well, she let it be known, and she was bi, or at least she was bi-curious, wanted to take that first step, and her husband was allegedly into it, but seemed to never show up. She came over a bunch of times, and he just couldn't come.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if he actually existed.
Oh, he did.
We have friends that my husband is somewhere else today.
No, he didn't live in Canada.
Okay.
It was
again, why is it always Canada?
My girlfriend who lives in Canada. It's because of Avenue Q.
Okay.
And look that up on YouTube. It's awesome. So Redhead kept showing up without her significant other.
Ooh.
And she wanted to have her first bi experience with X.
She was a redhead?
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay. And so
San.
Yes. What?
Squinty eyes.
Really bright blue Irish eyes, flowing red hair.
Oh, she was a microphone.
She was short, like around about 5'1", 5, maybe 5 even.
Now you're getting the eyes. Thank you. I'm out of this.
Anyway, so
go on.
Anyway, so she kept showing up without him, and that was the first red flag, which we did an episode on red flags, and we shouldn't have ignored that, but there it was. And she had her first bi experience with X, and then completely ghosted. Now, I worked with her, so it was really hard to ghost her. She just cut off all communications.
That's kind of awkward.
Would not speak to me. Like, really pretended awkward. I wasn't there kind of level of awkward.
But knowing X, I get it.
Well, I get it too, but yeah.
Apparently she shouldn't have laughed that hard.
Yeah.
But I guess at this point, we all ghosted X?
Jesus knows X too.
No.
And she's laughing.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, we haven't all ghosted her. Good.
No, we haven't.
God.
Ghosting is a specific thing.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm actually thinking that we need to do an episode of abuse and narcissism. How they go hand in hand.
Or ghosting.
Or BPD.
How
Again,
fucked up it is if you ghost people.
I ghosted somebody, but we could talk about it. I did ghost somebody because she was like the one that was fishing for what poly is and didn't know. And
Well, that's
one
different.
Date, but I ghosted her because I don't have a good reason.
She wasn't a short redhead.
Right?
No, she wasn't.
With bright blue eyes and
Right.
so
green.
short.
It's green Irish eyes.
They're looking at Crow, not me. Not me.
Yeah.
Blue
go
eyes are an
on,
Irish thing, too.
Crow. Tell us about, this person.
I already did.
Oh,
He just,
okay.
literally just finished.
All right.
Like
Were you not
literally,
listening?
you weren't
I'm
listening.
just saying.
Were
I was
you just-
listening.
Were you not
Yeah,
listening?
I was.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. But, she ghosted and you work with her. Good God.
Right. So that was awkward as fuck.
So where did it lead?
But that was it. It was just that it blows people's minds. She couldn't handle the thought after that. She couldn't. Where is this going? What is going to happen next? What does this look like to friends and family? All of that attacked her mind all at once.
Which is why it's important to lay out the ground, not rules, ground plan. I guess the
Honestly,
long-term plan.
Yeah. Before everybody started trooping into the bedroom, there needed to be a lot more conversation. Of course, X and I were new to this. We didn't know anything. We didn't think about anything. We were young and stupid.
Right, but you have to start somewhere, right?
Right, and that's where we started. So, well, that wasn't where we started, but that was...
You started swinging, and that was... We've had that discussion before.
Right. Anyway, that was just it. Is once we were to the level of coworkers / possible friends, it started working again. She eventually started talking to me again.
Okay.
But that was it. It was all surface talk. She was at least willing to acknowledge my presence, which I'm glad. She was going for her doctorate at that point.
Doctorate in what?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But she was going to school and working where I was, and it just seemed really immature behavior for a future doctor.
Well, so you're saying doctors can't be immature?
Well, considering everything they have to go through, it wrings most of the immaturity out of
Okay,
it.
look, I had a old boss who was worried about going into surgery with his friend because his friend that had went into surgery under his other friend, who was a surgeon, came out with a belly button ring for a gallbladder surgery. Apparently, this is something.
That's just fun pranking stuff.
Right?
That's not like.
But I don't know how pranking. I mean, that's
Jesus, I need help.
What can I do for you, my child?
Save me from surgical belly button rings and what? I don't know.
I think you would look super cute with a belly button ring.
No.
I'm just
In
saying.
your defense, I had a gynecologist that would not say the word sex without turning red.
Wait,
so.
what?
A gynecologist?
How is that even
Gynecologist.
possible?
Was it a male or female?
She was female.
Wait,
she was Catholic.
it she? Oh,
She was Catholic.
What?
Was she even allowed to look at it?
Well, I mean,
Without
she
feeling-
was a gynecologist, so.
but wait. Okay, but being a former recovering Catholic, you're going to feel some guilt.
Yeah. I mean, they say it's not a sin if you don't take pleasure in it, so...
But maybe she was taking pleasure in
Oh.
looking at it.
Closet case.
There you go, Jesus. How about that, Jesus?
Listen, Linda, I ain't got nothing to say about that.
Zan, you are now Linda from now on.
Oh.
She does call me that quite often, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering about that. This is like Dogma, how God is Alanis Morissette. However, Jesus is not Alanis Morissette. She is more of a...
I'm totally fucking Alanis Morissette.
You're not Alanis Morissette.
I totally am. Screw you. I'm
What
Alanis
it all
Morissette.
comes down to. be
America
fun,
is ironic
fun,
right now. We're
fun.
stuck in an Alanis Morissette song.
Oh,
We
there
are.
you go, yeah.
Holy shit.
'Cause I got one hand
Gas
in
is
my
cheap and we can't travel.
pocket, and another is surviving the coronavirus.
Oh. Look what you did. You made Jesus sad.
Aww.
You made Jesus sad.
I
Jesus
have
knew
often-
about this shit already.
I
so
have
don't wanna
often
hear
made
it.
Jesus cry.
Well,
Are
you
your
need to stop.
palms hairy?
You need to stop flogging the bishop. Is what it is.
What did the bishop do?
It's
What-
Yeah.
my,
Come
it's
on,
my
Crow.
bishop, and I will flog it whenever I want to.
I want to be flogged.
I feel like husband should
Am
be
I
bishop.
the bishop? I just.
You totally could
Yeah,
be.
husband.
I mean, you don't need to be the bishop to be flogged. I got the floggers.
Oh my.
So, Jesus.
Back there, right over here.
I'm coming to Jesus for advice.
Jesus doesn't need to know where our sex toys are. I'm just saying.
No, I saw her wish list one time.
I cut out the vibration from one of the previous episodes.
Cut out the vibration?
Yeah, because you turned it on while we were in here.
It's such a good vibration.